Hello, welcome. I am going to do a 10-minute Pilates session, just a little bit of breathing, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of getting positioned properly on your mat. I bought this mat at your local Walmart or Target for $8, $9, $10. You can get all different ones. This one works well for me. As you can see, I'm in the comfort of my own living room. Thank you everyone that joined me today. Anyone else? This is for the 88 Lionsgate portal. And just wanted to give some energy towards it. So I guess one of the first things that I would like to do is obviously set up my space, make sure that I'm comfortable. I put my hair all the way up on top of my head because we're going to lay down on the back of my head, on your back of your head. So I want to make that super comfortable and it's not in your face and that kind of thing. So anyway, nice and simple. Lay your mat out, get your positioning. You can use essential oils if you'd like to. Give them to your face, give them to your body, move through. Okay, so when we sit down, most of everything I'm going to do here is sitting, laying, or standing just a little bit. So, like I said, this is just beginners. I'll give you the easy modifications. I haven't done this for a while myself, so thank you for joining and being part of this with me. Okay, so I'm just going to start out. What I do is just sit cross-legged. Instead of having your legs, completely intertwined, try to give yourself a positioning that is angled and proper and comfortable for your body. Kind of move your butt cheeks and get yourself set and centered properly so you're sitting on your hip bones so you have a better positioning for your back. You want to keep everything as straight as possible. I always envision a string, and you pull out this way to keep your back in, but at the same time, remember to keep your abs centered. Try to almost keep it parallel. This is the powerhouse, the core of the body. Very comfortable, nice and centered. Keep everything comfortable. So for part of it, I'm going to keep my legs this way, and then after a little while, my knees get a little stiff, so then I'm going to switch. This is a little more comfortable for me. Like I say, get on your sit bones. So we're just going to start out with some breathing technique, opening up the neck just a little bit, and opening up the sides of the rib cage and the shoulders and chest. I just like to simply relax my arms to the side, get in that comfortable position on your body, and make sure that your spine is aligned. What I'm going to do is simply just raise my arms outward as if I'm reaching for. Inhale and exhale. And do this several times. What I'm going to do is simply just raise my arms. We're going to go up all the way. Keep your arms out and stretch, but your shoulders together as much as possible, and have your fingertips touch something. And come back down and spread them out as if you're circling yourself with wonderful light. Inhale on the upstroke. Well, that's a nice good start. From there, basically, I'm just going to relax this arm. And I'm going to point with this finger and keep my arm to where it's pointing. And I'm going to bend towards with my head and take a deep breath in. Switch sides. Really feel that pulling through your neck there as you're pointing. And we'll switch sides. So there's a nice good start. I'm going to try to loosen it up just a little bit. And gently circling as comfortable as you can. Remember your breathing, of course. Never forget the breathing. I'm going to do a little ballerina pose. I'm not really sure what this is called, but I'll get back to you on all the information. So we're going to walk out with the hand and come up with the arm. And come all the way until you can't, comfortably keep both cheeks on the ground. Okay, that's the goal. The farther you go down with the arm, the more pull it's going to be. So if you want to do, simple modifications, but being most important. Second being most important is when your arm comes up, you want to keep a good line from your back and your shoulders and your head. So you want to go into it all together. Like I said, if that's too much of a stretch, that's okay. Just go ahead and stay up like this. The important part is to get the pose correct. So you really want to pull your arm back into position. Look at your elbow, you know what I mean, and kind of cradle your head. That should give you your appropriate. I'm going to try to go over. I'm going to do a little breathing. Ooh, and that really opens the rib cage. And back down. We'll do the other side. I'm just going to do one breath on each side. Okay. Tilt this up just a little bit. All right, so we're basically going to do the same thing when you go on over with the stretch. However, I'm going to straighten my arm back out and twist so that my palm is facing behind me. That makes sense. So like here's your normal position. Twist at the socket, just the arm, and point up and look at your tips of your fingers, and imagine your arm getting longer as you do this. You can really feel that through the arm, the rib cage, the shoulders, and the neck. Big deep breath. Twist it, come on back down. We'll do the other side. Nice and straight. And I tell you, that really does open everything up. I have a lot of shoulder problems, so any kind of exercises that help my arms, shoulders, and stability and flexibility on it. Okay, so now we're going to do that thing that I was talking about, laying down. And again, it's all about your pose. You want to make sure that you have everything, positioned right. You want to make sure that your shoulder blades are flat on the ground and that you can feel the entirety of your spine. So if you have to kind of tuck your butt a little bit in order to achieve that, then that's what you do. Place your feet, of course, shoulder width apart. And I always keep my hands right here on my hip bones because it helps me keep my hips down, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. So, this is called the hump root. I do know this one. Here would be the modification for it. What we're wanting to do is make a table-like feature with our feet as we're pointing our toes. And keep your legs as straight as possible. And right there is a really good position, honestly, that you can sit in for a long time. And every once in a while, when you feel like it, you can reach in, just give yourself a hug. Just roll. Just really enjoy feeling your back against the mat. Back to the 100. You can start right here, which is absolutely fine. A lot of people start up with their feet. And you can do that too, as long as you keep your toes pointed. That's really what it boils down to. So remember how I just showed you to rotate your arms. You're going to do the same thing with your legs. So you want your heels almost touching as your toes are pointing. It's a little tricky to get used to, but that should be your lay down pose anytime you're doing anything on your back with your legs up. So I'm going to go back to this one because it's been a while. And what we're going to do is simply use our power core. So you want to roll up off your shoulders. So all that's on the bed is your power core. You're going to reach out in front of you, and we're going to count to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 25. Don't forget to breathe. 40. 60. 5. 100. And then just relax down. Don't let your legs come down just yet. You don't want that to completely disengage. But you want to give your abdomen and your arms and shoulders and neck a little bit of a rest. First time I did this, I could get to 30. So it's taken quite a while to get up, but it's totally there and you can do it. And since I did over 100, I'm going to give myself another hug. Oh. I'm going to do one more thing and that will conclude for today. I think I could probably do this all the time. Right. So, again, we're going to work with that thing. So, booty out. You're going to be able to sit on your bones with your legs out in front of you. Try to keep your back straight, arms down to the sides, no big deal. What we're going to do is basically do sit-ups. The whole point of this is to try to keep your feet on the floor. It's not going to happen, and it's going to take some time and conditioning to get used to, even for myself. This is a roll-up on the spine, so we're going to roll up, and then we're going to roll down. So we're going to start laying down with our arms above our heads, straight out with the tips of our fingers touching. And from here, slowly and controlled, you begin your ascent. All the way over. And back down. We're going to do this 10 times. Try to keep yourself as straight as possible. Really get into it. Really offer yourself the opportunity to feel each spine opening up. Great. Just 3. Having some britches problems here. Okay. And there's 5. And I tell you, and just do what you're comfortable doing. It's important to try to do the 10, but seriously, take breaks. Take your time. Don't get discouraged with it. It'll totally work out. I find that within 3 days of doing this every day for even 10 minutes gives me the toning I'm after through my thighs and my arms. So I'm excited about that. And that's my 10-minute warm-up. We could go into all kinds of different things, but after about another hour, a bottle of water. Make sure and hydrate yourself. You're opening up and offering oxygen to muscles that may not necessarily get it, especially with all that rib action. Don't want to get the flu. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good day.